Hello everyone and welcome to today's video, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a tarot card reading for the new year for all of you. So I only have 3 decks at the moment. I have my cat deck, I have the Tarot of the Divine, and then I have the Star Spinner, which is actually my partner's deck. I just wanted to do a reading for the new year for all of you. So I hope that you guys like this video and let's get started. So we have 3 stacks to choose from. Personally, I say when you started this video, you were particularly drawn to one design on the back. Whether it be the cats, whether it be the moons, or whether it be the stars. I think that whatever caught your eye first is definitely the deck that you should go with. And with that being said, let's get started in the readings. Check down the timeline below and you'll be able to jump to your section of the video. But now, let's start with group 1. Hello, if you chose group number 1, then you are in the right place. I will be doing my tarot card reading as if I'm reading it to you, so it'll be from your perspective, not from mine. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started with our reading. Card number 1, we have the 4 of Swords upright. So what this tells me, it actually gives me a little bit of information about what your year of 2021 was like. Usually this card shows up after you do a lot. After a time of working super hard, it's always important to relax. If you look in this card, there is a little cat down here taking a nap, as these objects that represent success, prosperity, and other things like that continually are able to be there even when the cat is napping. So this really is just saying that you did so much in 2021 that it's important for you to take a break for yourself. Your work and your dreams are important, but so are you. Sometimes it's important to take a break because you can only bend something so much before it starts to break. And I think that's really true with you and true with what this card says. If we push ourselves so hard, then sometimes we lose the ability to care for the things that we love. We get burnt out. When a candle burns and there's nothing left, there's nothing left. My suggestion for this year is to relax a little, because you spent all of last year working so hard to achieve your dreams and achieve your goals that you didn't really leave room for yourself to achieve relaxation. And it's interesting because sometimes during breaks in our dreams and breaks in our routines, we sometimes find things that are there that we never knew were there, whether that be a hobby or a show. But it's important to relax to find out what that hidden treasure is in your life. And now let's go to the second card. Oh, so this is actually Cups of 7 reversed. So this kind of reinstates what was said in this card. Hard work pays off. Here you can see this cat is once again laying down. And because this card is reversed, it symbolizes that you are taking time to think. These are all the things that are on your mind. Sometimes we are always stuck in that feeling of being go, 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 when reality it should be relax, relax, relax. Like I said before, it is important to take time to think, because on our breaks, we sometimes find ourselves thinking about what is our purpose and why are we doing what we do. And from that, we are able to see what we truly care about, because there are so many things and so many distractions that you have in your life. But it's important to realize what you care about. And I emphasize this on you because this card is telling me that you have a lot of choices on what to do in life right now. And if you feel the urge and the need to do something, then go ahead and do it. Sometimes we find ourselves being swayed by others' opinions, and I think it's important to realize that and to acknowledge that we can listen to others' opinions, but we shouldn't let them completely dictate what we do for ourselves. With that being said, let's turn over to our next card. And this card is the Three of Wands, right side up. In life right now, you are kind of like this cat. You are stuck on a landmass and you are looking out into the distance. The world is ahead of you, and the world is full of possibilities, endless choices. And you dictate your own future. You choose where it is you want to go. You choose what path you want to take. But it's important to realize that sometimes if we are too scared to leave what makes us comfortable, if we are too scared to leave the familiarness that we have with our lives and don't venture into new things, then we will never know. And this kind of goes back to these two. Make the choice that you want to make, not the choice that makes you feel comfortable. And also, take that time to relax. And finally, let's look at the last card that was drawn for all of you. Oh, we have the Empress reversed. This card tells me that you have been focusing a lot on others. You have been doing so much for everyone else that you forgot to put yourself before you put others. And that's kind of why this cat is watching on as there are other little kittens playing around. It kind of symbolizes that we as people sometimes have the ability to put our needs behind the needs of others. It tells me that you've been thinking too much of working, too much of doing things, that if you don't feel like you're doing something that's productive or helpful to your family or to your friends or your other people's perception of you, then it makes you seem like a failure. Or it makes you seem lazy, but that is not the case. You have had choices that have been influenced by other people, and now you're stuck in this path where you have endless possibilities, but you have no idea what to choose because you don't know what it is that makes you happy. So for this year, I suggest start doing things for yourself. It's important to take care of your heart. It's important to take care of your mind. Building healthy habits is one way that you can do this in this new year, but also building confidence is something that should be built in this year. Once you are able to realize that you are amazing and that you take that time to love yourself as much as you give other people love, then finally you are able to truly be yourself, but truly be happy. We can have all the success in the world, but at the end of the day, if that success isn't doing the things that you love, then you won't be happy. So don't put the needs of success or the needs of others before your own this year, because from what it is saying is you have forgotten who it was that you are. So spend this year discovering that. Discover who you are and what makes you the person that you are. To give you all some further clarification, I have some oracle cards for this year. I have another deck of these amazing oracle cards. This card immediately shot out to me, and let's see if there are any more. Okay, and now let us flip over these two cards. Oh. Wow. So right now, this is Ramiel, the Angel of Visions. This card is really telling me that right now you are in a place where you feel lost. You feel like possibly overwhelmed by the choices ahead of you. So what this card is telling me about this year is that you need to take the time to build that confidence that you need in order to be comfortable with yourself, in order to be happy with yourself. Sometimes we let so many things overwhelm us that we lose track of who we are. And this Angel of Visions is basically saying that you are set. You don't need to worry about the things that you've been striving so hard to get, because last year you did so much and did so many amazing things that if you just keep up the work, you're set for this year. You've done so much work in the past that it all is carrying over to this year, to the year where you can see your dreams or your visions or your goals coming true. Things will work out. And if you're in a place where you are lost, just feel confident with what you want to do. Because right now it's telling me, right now what this card suggests is that everything that you're striving for is attainable. And it's interesting because it also goes into this card right here, which is, I always have trouble with the names, Sandalaphon. This is the angel of new life. As you can see, there are two people right here, and it's almost as if one is being left behind while the other continues forward. So this year is about leaving back that person that caused you so much stress and becoming the person that you truly want to be. Once again, if you've been stressed and overwhelmed and influenced by other people, that sometimes that can cause us to lose track of who we are. It can cause us to lose sight of the bigger picture. And this year for you is going to be a very transformative year, because you're going to start becoming the person that you want to be and the person that you know you are, but you just have to bring it from deep within you out into the world. I'm going to be drawing another oracle card for all of you. This one is more focused on the emotions, the feelings that you will be experiencing in this new year. Oh, I apologize deeply. So these are the cards that I am seeing. So love, fear, magic, and pain. These are all the emotions that will describe your new year. Love, because sometimes love is something that is hard to find. Love for yourself is something that's even harder to find than normal. Sometimes it's easier to love other people than it is easier to love yourself. So going into this new year, you're going to be experiencing a lot of love. Whether that be for you learning to love yourself more and to care for yourself more, or whether that be for other people giving that love that you've given so much of back. We also have fear. Sometimes fear holds us back. It puts us behind a door. It's the fear of going into what is unknown. Maybe you are rethinking your goals and trying to go into a career that is more suited for you. But if you hold on to that fear, you're never going to be able to know what's on the other side of that door. And so this fear is going to be something that's going to try to hold you back in this new year. But you should do your best to know that you can't let fear control you. We'll save magic. Magic, it's something you can't describe. It's unexpected. It's surprising, but it's exciting. Magic means that you can make something out of nothing. You have the ability to shape your own goals and shape your own destiny. So for this year, make the magic happen. To me, it seems like you're thinking about a new path of life, a new career option, a new goal. Something about you is wanting to change, and yet you're scared of all of the possibilities of things that could go wrong. But take the time to not be focused on your success, but focus on your dreams. Because when we dream, we have endless possibilities. And then finally, the last card is pain. Pain in this new year, it's going to be tough to try to get to where you want to be in life. Pain is something that It hurts us, but in a way it holds us back, especially when we are scared of feeling pain. But when you get cut, when you get a wound, it takes time, but it heals over, and your skin is brand new. And sometimes it leaves a scar, but scars are what define us. Life isn't easy, and I'm sure you know that, and I'm sure you've experienced that. But this is a gentle reminder that we can't let the pain of being hurt, the pain of not achieving what we want to achieve, hold us back. And finally, let's pull one last oracle card for you. The moon is something that always changes, and so let's see in what ways you are going to be changing into this new year. And here I have one card that shot out at me. And this card goes back into everything I just said. This card says, release the negativity. And it's the full moon in Scorpio. As I said before, if we hold on to these negative emotions and let it hold on to us and prevent us from doing what we need to do, then it keeps us in place. We don't move forward. Part of life is the good times, but part of life is also the bad times. From the bad times, we can learn and we can grow. And with that happening, it forms us and molds us into the person that we need to be. So release those negative emotions and let yourself relax. Let yourself stop worrying. If you have so many things on your mind, then when will you ever be on your own mind? And with that being said, this is what is in store for you in the year of 2022. I hope you had an amazing time, and please give this a like or a thumbs up, share it with a friend, share it with a family, share it with anyone. But most importantly, take what we learned today with you into that new year to understand how you can be the best you. Bye-bye. Hello group 2 and welcome to your session. So I had already picked out all the cards right here and set them down. I'm going to be reading these cards to you as if you are on this side of me and I'm over here. So what is going to be right side up for me will be reversed for you. What is reversed for you will be right side up for me. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's get started to see what is in store for you in the new year. The first card that you have is the Devil reversed. So the Devil is a good card because it's about becoming the person you want to be. And right now it tells me that you are oh so close to being the person that you want to be. But you need to do a couple things first. The first thing is you need to understand and be honest with yourself about what it is about you that is holding you back. This snake is burning all of the woods around it, but it's not doing it intentionally. It's doing it unintentionally. And sometimes when we don't think about our own actions, we don't see how our actions can greatly impact and hurt others. So that's what this is saying, is to be honest with yourself, but also think about yourself. What are the things in this new year that you need to work on? What are the habits that you need to build? And what are the things about you that you need to be fixed? I'm not saying that you're a bad person or anything like that, but I am saying that it's important for us to acknowledge the things about us that hold us back from being great. But also, what things have you been hiding yourself? What things are you scared to confront about yourself that you know are bad? Because we can't always stay the same. It's important in life to grow and to learn. And especially if you're hurting other people, I think there's even a bigger incentive to realize what it is about you that hurts other people. And you need to let go of your past, let go of the person that you were, and become the person you are now, the person that wants to be now, but the past you is holding back. The next card we have is, oh my God, 2 reversed in a row. This is the Nine of Swords. And right now, this card tells me that you are lost in thought. It may seem like all of these negative feelings that you have are overwhelming you, and they might explain your behavior here. When you have negative thoughts, sometimes it causes you to doubt yourself, and sometimes it causes you to do self-destruction. You bring yourself down with all of these things that you are thinking, but we need to start learning to build ourselves up. You need to start thinking of positive things about yourself. You need to start thinking about ways in which you can think about yourself in a positive light. We need to go back, because if we can't think of ourselves as being an amazing person, how are you going to be an amazing person? Because right now you're stuck in this time where it's just you constantly thinking negative things. But once you wake up and break that cycle, you can start to change. You can start to grow. So what is it that's causing you to have negative thoughts? And how can you fix that in this new year? The next one is the Two of Cups reversed. And normally when this is right side up, it means talking about someone else, but it's reversed, so it means it's talking about you. What can you do this year to love yourself? Because what it tells me right now is that your issue, your problem is that you don't love yourself. But it's important to realize the things that make you special, the things that make you great, and it's important to love yourself, because at the end of the day, you will always be yourself. Everyone else in your life, they will be there. But from your beginning to your end, it will always be you. Learn to love yourself and learn to love the life you're living. You need to take care of yourself from time to time. Sometimes self-care is something that we all neglect. I know there are billions of people online saying, take care of yourself, do this, do that to improve your mood, do this to improve your this and that, but I mean it. Learn to love yourself. You can take yourself on a date, do the things you love, take the time to treat yourself. But more than that, learn to be proud of who you are. Learn to be excited to be the person that you are. Because it's important to realize that the love that we have for ourselves sometimes is reflected onto others. When you learn to love yourself, you learn to love other people. If you're in a relationship right now and you have problems loving yourself, that's going to translate into the way you treat yourself. And the way you treat yourself is obviously something that's a concern of your partner, because they care about how you feel. And if you're constantly upset with yourself, putting yourself down, it's going to be hard, because if you don't have enough room to love yourself, then how will you have enough room to love someone else? So if you're in a relationship right now and you're having problems, I need to say that it's you, not them. Maybe loving yourself involves breaking up with this person because of the hurt that they've done you. Maybe you're getting in your way of your relationship progressing. But once you take the time and really learn to love yourself, you can be an amazing person and do amazing things. And next up we have, oh my gosh, we have another reversed card. This is looking like a very tough year for all of you. So this card tells me that you have trouble opening up to others. You're feeling all of these negative things. You're struggling learning to love yourself. But this may sound counterintuitive, but learning to love yourself can sometimes happen from understanding that others love you. If you hold on to your negative feelings about yourself, they never have anywhere to go. They just stay with you, and they continue to make this endless cycle of you just thinking about yourself in a negative light. But if you talk about your feelings, you're able to be free from them. You don't let them control you. But sometimes we feel embarrassed to talk about being insecure. Sometimes we feel embarrassed to talk about being sad. But that's part of human life. Part of human life is being sad, but sharing that with others. You may have a tough time letting people in, but if someone loves you and cares about you, they are going to care about how you feel. And sometimes it takes someone caring about us to make us realize that we need to care more about ourselves. If you feel like you're taking up space by talking about your feelings, I want you to know that you aren't bothering people by talking about your feelings. Right now, if you're experiencing problems with people, it could be because they don't know how you feel. And once they understand how you feel, they understand you more, and they understand what you're going through, and understand sometimes they need to be less harsh on you. Sometimes they need to not do this because it upsets you, and you're already going through a tough time. Another thing is you need to let go of the past. There are things in your past that are preventing you from moving forward. The one thing I have to say is that if we hold on to our past and hold on to our past mistakes, we never can grow. Part of life is making mistakes but learning from them. But if we can't forgive ourselves, we can't learn. So learn to forgive. But by doing that, you learn to grow. The last card we have is another reverse card. So you have the Emperor reversed. This card talks about you being too in control. You're ruling with an iron grip. You could have walls built up and you're not letting people in. If you don't let people in, you don't let people understand you. And if people don't understand you, it's hard to understand yourself, because sometimes it takes other people to make us realize things about ourselves. But also it tells me you're trying to control your life in ways you can't. You're trying to control things you can't. Something it's hard to control is your emotions. Your emotions are very deep and very complex, and if sometimes you can't control them, you can't change the way you feel just because you want to change the way you feel. You have to dig deep and understand what it is that's making you feel this way, or why you're feeling this way. And then once you're able to break that and find out what that is, you're able to grow. You're trying to control things you just can't control. And this could be something from your past that you're not forgiving yourself for doing. But once you learn to forgive yourself, you learn to lose that control because you're holding on to that memory. But once you talk about it, once you share that with someone, you're able to let it be free. The other important thing is you could also be controlling others in your life. And it's difficult because it could mean that it's hard for you. It's hard to explain, but if you control others around you, you're controlling them and preventing them from growing. And in a way, you're not only holding yourself back, but you're holding other people back from growing. And that's what's important to realize about this. So for this new year, you're so close to becoming the person you're meant to be. But you really just need to learn to break the cycle of negative things you're feeling. Learn to love yourself, learn to forgive, and learn to let loose and let yourself live life. Don't overthink it, just live. I know it's easier said than done, but once you take all of these into account, you can truly be the person you want to be. I also have some oracle cards to share with you. And let's see what is in store for you for this year. Okay, and this is what I drew. Let me flip it around for all of you. Suchlaf, the Angel of Verdancy. This card is about growth, about flourishing. In life, things can wither away. But with the right care, a little sapling can grow into a tree. And what this is saying about you is to let yourself be nurtured. Plants make their own food. They make their own energy from the sun. Learn to give yourself your own energy, your own self-love, so that you're fully able to grow to be the amazing person, the amazing being that you are meant to be. Because this year for you is going to be a major year for growth. That's the number one thing that you're going to be doing in this upcoming year. I also have some oracle cards talking about some emotions, some feelings you may be experiencing in this upcoming year and how you can overcome them or embrace them, because not all things that you feel have to be negative. Oh, and here we have one card. Let's see if any other card comes to you. Oh, and here we have another. Sweetness. This is a very important card. Sweetness can mean so many things. It can mean love in one way, being sweet, being kind. This year, you want to be sweet. You want to be kind to yourself. What is it about you that makes you happy? Take that from today. Take it from this conversation. Think of one thing about you that makes you happy to be yourself. And take that feeling that gives you, because you can feel that about you as a whole person. You can learn to love every essence of your being, but you just have to find it. It's kind of like picking your favorite candy out of a bowl. It's like a piece of candy. Until you unwrap it, you don't know what it tastes like. But it could be the best flavor in the world. But if you just give it that chance, if you give yourself that chance, you're able to be that person. And we also have rejection. This could be rejection of yourself, rejection from others. This year could mean rejecting all those negative habits that you have. Learning to actually put your foot down and say, stop. I'm not going to do this today. I'm not going to think of myself the way I always do. I'm going to think of myself in a new way. Rejecting the things of the past and rejecting your old self, but then using that to grow into an amazing person and an amazing being. And these are two feelings that you're going to be experiencing this new year. The sweetness of understanding yourself and the rejection that you feel. And it may also mean that other people will reject you for changing. And finally, we have the last oracle card I have. Just like the moon, we are ever changing, and let us pull a card to see what ways you can change in this new year. Oh, something tells me you have a lot of changing to do. Let's see if there's any cards specifically that are calling to you. I mean, they clearly gave me 5 cards. 6 even. So this seems like it's going to be a very transformative year for you. The first card we have is the fixed moon, which is holding on to your vision. Hold on to the vision of the person you want to be, because that is going to allow you to keep that goal in mind of learning to love yourself, learning to accept yourself, and rejecting those habits of the past. Because even sometimes people might reject who you are. That doesn't mean that who you are is not an amazing person. Next, we have the new moon in Cancer, which tells us that you and your loved ones are safe. It's important to know that sometimes security brings us comfort. If we don't feel comfortable, if we don't feel safe, we don't feel the ability to be ourselves, the ability to grow. and know that you will always be safe. And also the loved ones around you will be safe. I accidentally hit the microphone, but next we have show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius. Once again, reject that image of you that you're trying to be, reject controlling, reject not forgiving, reject this endless cycle of pain for you that you're doing to yourself, and show the world the real you, the happy you. Next, we have take time to breathe out. Things always can get hard, and if we don't take the time for ourselves, then we lose ourselves. So take a break to relax, to enjoy on the simple things in life, the simple things about you that make you who you are. A full moon in Capricorn, the end of a tough cycle approaches. This year, it's going to be tough because you're going to make so many changes. You're going to become a completely different person by the end of the year. And you're going to look back on this and realize all the growth you've made within this year and become the person that you've always wanted to be. And then the last but not least is the full moon in Pisces. Balance spirituality and practicality. It's important to look at these videos because it can really help some people. But what this is saying is don't just think that this reading alone is going to help you. You're going to just watch this video and you're going to forget about everything. Being practical is important. It's saying that, yes, we can look at this video, but you have to put in work. Just because I say you're going to change doesn't mean you're actually going to change. That all depends on you and your actions. If you don't take the time to change, to grow, you won't grow. And that's plain and simple. If you want to be the person you want to be, you need to put in the effort. And it's not easy. It's really hard. At the end of the year, when everything is said and done, you will be proud of the person you've become. No one said it to you yet. Whatever it is, you matter. And you're amazing. And you can do anything. So take that message with you and live your life and learn to grow. And I hope that this helped you. Thank you for liking this video, I guess. I don't know how to end it, but it ended really strong. And this one was a very emotional reading. So I hope that you are taking the time to process all this because I know it's a lot. It's a lot for me too. So I hope that you take the time to grow. That's really all I can say. And I wish you the best of luck. Thank you for watching. Hello and welcome, my final group. You are group number 3. You chose the Love Spinner Tarot cards, and I'm going to give you a reading. I have already drawn some cards for you. These are cards that fell out when I was shuffling, and let's get ready for the reading for this new year. So I'm going to be reading the cards as if you are on that side of me and I am over here. So I'm going to make sure that this is true. So anything that you see, what will be right side up for me will be reversed for you. Anything that's reversed for you will be right side up for me. With that being said, let us get started with this reading. The first card right here is, we have Judgment. So what Judgment means is that you are reaching the best version of yourself. You are being called to do something. And what that is unknown to you. You're just feeling as if something is pulling you towards it. You feel like you're being drawn to a certain thing, a certain energy, and that's what you're called to do. Last year and this year is a time of opportunities. There are going to be many things that are going to come your way. It's important for you to understand to trust your own judgment because you know what's best for yourself. And you're in a time where you're very sure of yourself. And so you should truly believe what you're listening from your body and what you're listening from your mind and what you're listening from your heart, because they are all telling you the same thing. And they're calling you and drawing to you to this certain thing or aspect of your life. Your second card is the Queen of Cups, or no, Queen of Coins, right side up. So this year is really going to be going to be a year of a lot of physical gain. And I don't mean by making money, because in life there are so much things that are more than money. And so since this is a queen, it talks more about like the feminine things. And so rather than acquiring things like money and wealth, you're going to be acquiring physical things such as love and friendships. This year you had done a lot and you are going to be wealthy in your life. You're going to live a fulfilling, sociable life in this year. And I feel like that's something that's very important, especially because of what's currently happening in this day and age of where people are starved of social interaction. And somehow you are going to understand that the people around you are going to fulfill those needs and those wants and make you feel valued. So this year is going to be calling you to focus more on nurturing yourself, but also nurturing others. This year, I encourage you to think about other people more this year, whether that be spending time with friends, giving your family calls if you're maybe not living at home, or if you're living with a roommate, cook for them from time to time. Because you may find that caring about others and doing something for others makes you happy. Because when you truly are able to care about other people, you're able to be happy when they succeed. If we are only focused on our own success, then we're going to be hurtful. We're going to step on people's toes. But if we care about other people and their success as well, then their victories feel like your victories. You're going to feel happy. You're going to feel complete. And so this year, it's just saying that your relationship-wise, you are going to be having a really fruitful year. Next up, we have the 10 of Cups. So this really goes back to this card right here, where you are instead this angel or this image of an angel, and everyone else is this symbol of a relationship. You will learn to have love, but not in a romantic way, but in a caring way. Every relationship that you have will start to feel stronger, whether that be your relationships with your partner, your relationship with your friends, or even your relationships with your family. This year will bring you a lot of memories and a lot of joy. And so I really encourage you to keep the people around you close, because they bring your friends and your family and your partners, they bring you so much happiness. And it's important that you don't underestimate that, because without other people in our lives, it would just be a lonely existence. If you are currently single, this could potentially mean that there is a new relationship or a new person that is going to come into your life and make you feel that love and share that love with you. And if you're single and if you're already with someone, this also just means a great relationship between you and your partner. You might grow in ways that you guys have never grown before as romantic partners. You will feel closer to family, you will feel closer to friends, and you will feel closer to everyone. So this year is about growing your relationship with others and learning to care about others and their success. And when their success happens, it will become your success. And you will feel inspired by them to push your own self further. The next card is the Page of Pentacles reversed. So, what this says to me is that you have opportunities to grow. We talked a little bit about our higher calling of what you're being drawn to. This kind of leads back to this of what are you going to do in life? So this card is calling us to do things. This card is calling us to be better friends, to be better family members, to be better partners, but also to grow professionally and with your jobs. So what this is saying to me is that you are going to get many job opportunities or opportunities in general just to grow, whether it be in your profession, whether it be in your school, whether it be with clubs, whether it be just in any way, shape, or form. You're just going to be able to grow in a business way, whether it could be an Instagram page that blows up, a TikTok page that blows up. This is a time of opportunity for you. But what it also shows is that you're a little scared because this is going to be something that you're not comfortable with, something new, something fresh. And sometimes when we have new opportunities that come our way, we feel scared because we don't know what's going to happen. You may feel that you're not ready. You're still wanting to grow, still wanting to take the time. But what I have to say to you is that you are ready. If you always put things on hold, then you never have time to grow. Your life stays stagnant. Life isn't about staying in one place and staying there forever. You have to learn to get out of this field and pick up a rose and go. Because if you stop and just stay here, lost in endless seas of possibilities, but never taking any one of them, then it goes back to this. You're not going to be trusting your judgment. You're not going to be trusting what is happening to you because all things are happening to you for a reason. Everything in life is falling into place and everything will fall into place. So if any opportunities arise, trust your judgment, but know that you are ready and you are capable. And then finally, your last card is you have the world's right side up. So this is a very important card, a very good card, in fact. The world, in a way, it represents a circle. A circle is something starting and ending. So everything in your life is really just going to be thriving. This year is really going to be your year. You're going to grow in so many ways. You're going to grow in your familial lives, your relationship lives, your family, friend lives. You're going to grow in your career lives, but only if you allow yourself to do that. Whether that be your dream job, whether it be your dream partner, whether that be your dream friends, or maybe you're not someone that socializes a lot and you finally feel like you found your perfect friend group. But also this signifies the end of something or the completion of something that you have spent years for. Whether that be a graduation, a new job, a new baby entering the family, a wedding. It represents this journey that you've worked so hard for, finally being complete, finally coming to a close, but not a close, but an ending that leads to a new beginning. So whatever that goal that you have been working for years or a large amount of time is finally going to come true in this year. And this will allow you to finally be able to relax. Because once you're able to relax, then we're able to think about our friends and our family and our partners and even ourselves. This year will be the year of being complete. Everything that you've ever wanted. Your big goal, your pinnacle of what you find your meaning will be complete in this year. But more importantly, you will feel complete this year. So I'm going to draw some trusty oracle cards. I don't know why I shook it like that. And let's see what these have to say. That's so funny because I drew this card earlier for group 1. I will talk with you in a little bit about what this card means. Oh my gosh. There are so many cards that just are jumping out at me. So I actually pulled this card for group 1, which is Sandalphon. So as we talked about here, the world represents a circle. Something will come to an end, but it allows something to grow and continue on. And that's what's happening in this year. So you are transforming from the person that you were last year to the person that you are now. And you're going to experience a dramatic change in life and a dramatic growth within this year. But I also drew 3 other cards. So here we have Binah, which is the angel of knowledge or the emanation of knowledge. Knowledge is more than just about knowing things or knowing random information, but rather knowledge is about understanding who you are and understanding your purpose. So this year will also, you're going to feel more secure and more confident with who you are because you're fully going to be able to start to understand who it is that you are. I know that's a pretty tough question to answer, but with this year of friends and family and new opportunities and completion, you'll have time through all of these events, through all these interactions to discover who it is that you truly are. We also have Sahakil, which is the angel of the sky. The angel of the sky. The clouds are something that we look up to. It's something that brings rain. It brings thunder. It brings so many things. The sky is a thing of creation, but it's also a thing of protection. You never fully know what is beyond the sky. And so this year, it's about bringing something from an endless amount of possibilities and understanding that and taking that with you to be able to move forward, to take a chance, to take a risk, because that's what life is about. Next up, we have Gevura. I have a little trouble with the names. This is Judgment, which I think it's very interesting that we pulled 2 Judgment cards. This one is about setting boundaries and about making assessments and looking at things from an outside perspective. And I think it's calling you to judge your own life, to judge how you are not only as a person of success, a person of occupational being, but also as a relationship being, and understanding to set boundaries so that these aspects of your life don't interfere with not only your goals, but don't interfere with each other, like not allowing your work to be in the place of your relationships that you're building, and not allowing your relationships to not distract you from what it is you want to do and what it is that's presenting itself to you. And that's something that's very important, which is in balancing your work life, your school life, and balancing your social life, and even balancing who you are. And that's a tough thing to balance so many things in your life. But once you're able to do so, then you're fully able to see clearly and understand your deeper meaning of self, to grow to this new person that is going to be coming to you in this new year. We also have some oracle cards that have to do with some emotions. So let's see what it is you could potentially be feeling in this new year. Whoa. So you got 2 cards that flipped over. The first one you have is anxiety. And this relates to the Page of Coins or the Page of Pentacles. You may feel anxious in taking new opportunities, taking risk. You may feel the anxiety of just not knowing what is beyond you. But as these cards say, you need to trust the feelings that you feel, because though you may not see the sky, though you may not see the feelings, you know that they're there, and you know that there's limitless possibilities that come from them. So once you're able to overcome that anxiety in this year, then you're going to fully be able to grow and have the prosperous life and this new beginning and this completion that you've worked so hard for. And the next card is hunger. This year, you may feel like there's a part of you that's empty. You may feel the need to want more, whether that be dreaming bigger, aspiring for bigger things. But it also could mean allowing one aspect of your life to overpower the other. And that's where we talk about judgment, about following your heart and following your mind and following your body and following your desires. Because right now you feel like you need more. And this year, it's not just about completing what has been already set up, but going on with these new opportunities, but not allowing that anxiety to hold yourself back from that hunger, that drive that you feel to succeed, to become a better person, to become a person full, whether that be in emotionally, physically, or in success-wise. And finally, besides the emotions, we are like the moon. We always change. And let's see what things are going to change about you in this new year. Oh, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So I just had 5 cards jump out at me. So the first card we have is the waxing moon, which says the energy is gaining momentum. So as we talked about this, a circle, a sphere, it rolls. It's gaining momentum. When a circle meets its point of starting, it continues to go and continues to move forward. And so your life, though you feel like you've made this big accomplishment, you can do so much more. You are capable of so much more. Think about how quickly you achieved this goal, and think of all the goals you are capable of achieving. That's what this is saying, is that your life is just starting, your dreams are just starting, and you're able to take this with you to move forward completely. And next, we also have, this is the waxing crescent moon, which says, have faith in your dreams. Once again, 2 waxing moons, but also this is going back to this of, don't just settle for what you've done now. You made it to the point where you thought you couldn't make it to, but now you have the ability to keep going. Don't let your dreams stay dreams, but let them become reality, because dreams have the ability to become real, but only if you allow yourself to make them. Next up, we have a full moon in Scorpio, and that says release your negative emotions. So this talks about the anxiety. In this year, you're going to need to let go of that anxiety, let go of that being unsure, because you have the potential to make your dreams come true, but no one else is going to do it for you. You have to be the one that does it. And so this year, when you let go of those negative feelings, you're letting go of those feelings that are holding you back from being the best version of yourself. And next up again, we have expect powerful change. And that is a new moon eclipse. So this year, not only did you complete your goal that you had set out to do, but you are capable and you are going to completely change and reimagine your life. And it really, to me, is just saying to follow your dreams and don't limit yourself, because you are capable of so much more than you think. And you just really need to believe in yourself. And once you do that, you are capable of endless, limitless possibilities. And finally, the last card is balance spirituality and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. So it's important to always dream and think of the future. But if we just think, we never really act. This card is telling you to put initiative in the things you want to do. Don't just sit here and think about all of these things, and don't think that because I'm saying all of this will come true. That's not how this works. It works when you have the ability and the capability to apply yourself to all the things that you want to achieve. So learn to balance that. But also, we talked about balance once more. Balance every aspect of your life. Balance your work life from your personal life, from your social life. Because if everything is balanced, then it can continue to move forward. That really has been my reading for your year of 2022. Congratulations on your big achievement, but I want to congratulate you from the future for everything you will achieve in the year of 2022. I hope you all liked this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And really, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you had an amazing time, and I wish you the best of luck. Bye.